Let it solve everything and be freed. Hi, guys, I'm Ian McMinn, and this is Path to I Am. Let it solve everything and be freed. I just got to wrap up a client session, which I really enjoyed, where we talked about a number of things. But one of the biggest takeaways was a line that was said to me by this client. The I am just solves everything. And she was talking about this business idea that she's been workshopping, of working with the government in an interesting way. And yeah, what was so fun about it was there was this moment where things clicked into place, and this she already had this understanding of the I am from the videos and what it can do, but she went, it really just solves everything. And what I think was really meant by this is as follows: is that when we get into a problem state, one thing that Tony Robbins talks about is we get into analysis paralysis. And so this state of being in a problem can paralyze us, it can freeze us, it can get us in that fight or flight state, in a shutdown state, even, where nothing makes sense. We don't know what to do, and our minds are not clear. And the biggest power, I think, in this conversation that her and I had was that when you get to come back to your inner fulfillment, and in Psalm 46:10, it's be still and know that I am, as I like to put it. Um, Following that inner guidance, we get to just reset ourselves from being focused on external conditions, all wrapped up, kind of lost in the dream of reality. We get to come back to our senses, right? And in that, all of a sudden, what we notice is when the person really returns, they feel mobilized in their lives. They feel free again. They feel free to approach certain situations and try and figure things out with a little bit of curiosity, with a little bit of openness. And there's not this dire sense of things have to work out, or I don't know, right? When we're attacking problem solving. So getting to come from that place of, oh, everything's achieved, it increases our flexibility, right? It activates that prefrontal cortex. It gets us into a state of play, which is a heightened state of creativity, where we get to go, well, what's the actual authentic representation of my fulfillment right now? Let me express myself through action in this way. And it allows a person to be more malleable. It allows them to receive the kind of the intuitive guidance that's been trying to get to them. And to approach a situation with new eyes, where it's not about survival anymore. Because that's the thing. If you're getting chased by a wild lion, like, yeah, run up the tree. But what we find is that anxiety, that analysis paralysis, it's this part of our nervous system that's been kind of taken away from its natural habitat, and it's running amok elsewhere. We're really meant to know who we are at all times, and to come from that sense of who we truly get to be. And that allows us to go, how do I want to attack this? Is this the right project to be on? What do I really want to do right now? Now that I have this overflow of energy, what's the path forward that I'm most excited by right now, of the half a dozen things I could be doing in said situation or in any situation? Okay, let me go down that. So it allows us to experiment with our lives and play more. And that's why I'm so obsessed with this stuff. That's why I love this, talking about this work, is in this subtle shift in consciousness, is there's so many people that have so much creative power that gets locked down because they get stuck into survival and they're not in their conviction. And so just getting to come home and knowing, I'm in the kingdom. Knowing that I am home. Even if I'm having a ton of negative thoughts, this is another thing her and I talked about, a ton of negative thoughts, a ton of negative feelings. Just can I be still and know that I am? Can I just let myself come back? And can I just pause everything and be still and know that until I'm charged up and ready to get going, where there's some excitement again, there's some passion, right? So yeah, let it solve everything and be freed, right? Because that's ironically that allows us to problem solve even better when we're in that state of solution. You cannot solve a problem from a state of problem. You can only do it from a state of solution. Hi guys, I'm Ian McMinn. This is Path to I Am. I have links below to check out my website, to reach out to me there for 30-minute sessions, 60-minute sessions. Also on my website, for those that want to go really deep, I have the Life Path Wayfarer program. That's where you get to stay with me for a longer period of time, and that's a bigger kind of leap to take. I also have a donation link for those that love showing love that way. And I have a link for my podcast, which has its own separate content. It's called the I Am Podcast. It's currently on Spotify. It will be on a number of other platforms soon. Yes, and this is let everything solve itself. Let everything be solved and be freed. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you on the next one.